11 people. Right, is that rain on the horizon? Oh my god, it is raining. We welcome you, ladies and gentlemen, to the second round of the championship here in Tier 1. Cam is left already. Who can blame him? Because this track would be absolutely must be terrible in the wet. We're here in Saudi Arabia, a track that, well, I could say many things about it, but we'd be taken off. The stream would be taken down. But a few positive things is that it is great to have here in the commentary box. Hopefully he's got his audio included. Zach, welcome. Hello to you.
Hello.
T1. Oh my god. If you can hear in my voice,
that time of night.
well, if you can hear in my voice, I've only just woken up about 20 minutes ago, so yeah, fantastic. But we've got 11 drivers. We possibly will have 12 for Saudi Arabia. And like always, Zach, I'm going to ask the question. What do you think of this absolutely brilliantly made circuit?
I mean, Saudi Arabia, it's quite a new track, really. We saw last year, IRL and both in BRL. It could be both action-packed and a little bit boring at times, but personally, we have different views on this track. I really enjoy it, but from what I can tell from you, you really want it to go in the dumpster. But I don't really blame you sometimes, but I'm looking forward to this Tier 1 race. As you can see already, it's in the middle of the Middle East.
Yes. It's I can say this right now. It's just look. As a spectator, it's fine. As a racer, no, I do not like it. We could see a lot of safety cars here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It depends. The safety car is quite 500% ridden around here. It's not because of people crashing. It's because the game just wants to bring out the safety car anyway. So, who knows? It could be very different around here. It is on for the drivers around here. As you can see, it is wet conditions here so far. Hoopalicious out there on a lap right now. And have you done laps around here in the wet? I have not.
I haven't either, considering track usually doesn't rain here, but I've been proven wrong here tonight. I expected both sessions to be dry, but I don't even care if it's qualifying. It's somehow raining in the Middle East right now. I am very surprised by it, and the drivers are surprised by it as well. From what I can tell, some drivers like Hoopalicious, looking at Gibbs right now, all these drivers are currently struggling at the moment, so all of them have dry setups on, and really, can you blame them?
Well, especially when it's probably going to be a dry race. Probably. And we're on intermediate conditions in, as you said, a place that, well, doesn't really rain. I'm not going to make that track. It's just a track that is... You barely, in real life, you see the wet conditions. But, yeah, to see how things pan out here this evening. Watching the rest of Gibbs here in the Haas, since Hoop made a little bit of error on his time as well. But everyone will be struggling a little bit here, because I can guarantee you right now, there's probably all of them have not done laps around here in these conditions. So we're all expecting dry running.
I mean, definitely so. As Hoop actually goes top of session currently for 37 flat. I'm expecting times to be a little bit quicker than that as this session does go along. as the next shot across the line will be the Haas of Gibbs. Let's see what he does coming across the line. It will be a 139 flat. So definitely,
Oh,
Hoop looking like he's struggling out there. Gibbs is actually 2 seconds slower.
yeah, 2 seconds slower here at the moment. But 37.05 is the time to chase at the moment. Axe out there at the moment in the McLaren. We're going to see what he can do here at the moment. See if he can possibly go near the top here right now. But these tyres will chop and change. You'll be interested to see if possibly we see a end to this session. But we can tell you now it is a dry race, absolutely. As Axe crosses the line and he goes P2 in the McLaren here so far. So everybody out on second except for Mr. Roscoe Arm. And everybody trying to see if they can get their best laps in here so far. Skiffer is here as well. Of course, Skiffer race winner last week in Bahrain after what was a interesting battle at the front of the pack. So, see how things play out here. There's still a long way to go. And really, it's an unknown who's going to take pole here.
It's really not until, like I said, when the dry weather comes in, the rain lets off a little bit, then we can see who can really be at the top of the table right now. But at the moment, currently, it's just a survival right now at the moment. Just trying to get laps in, trying to get comfortable with your setup, although it is raining. Try your best to get comfortable with the setup, and just really not push the car 100%, considering, like what you said, it's supposed to go dry later in the session as Skither goes top by over a second for 35.9 in the Alfa Romeo.
35.9, very good time there. As Raptor moves up into P3, Mozzie now P5. And here comes Stenner now to the line. He needs to get rid of that thing at the start of his name because he doesn't have that anymore. As Stenner goes P2. But it's almost a second between him and Skiffer. Excuse me, here at the moment. So times are very deep here right now. As we've got, who we got out there at the moment? Manica's invalidated. We got Heatwave who's invalidated, but starting off a lap. So you're going to see a lot of drivers out here just doing lap after lap after lap because really they're just trying to chase the conditions, trying to chase really a good time around here because, well, again, who'd have thought a wet session in Saudi Arabia? No one ever thought it would happen. As we watch Supply Raptor in the wall.
Yes, but back to again, the drivers are struggling, but I am looking at the rain right now. It's starting to let off as Cookie has a bit of snap of oversteer. Is able to correct it though. He did set a purple sector 1 and I believe was a purple sector 2. Actually hasn't crossed the sector 2 stripe yet, but he is now. It is not going to be purple for him for that bit of oversteer. May have hindered his chances of getting a good qualifying lap down in the inner conditions, but now I think it's just really the waiting game until it crosses over until the dry. But with the inters as well, is that if you want to get a good lap time, you have to do lap after lap, like at least 10 laps, 7 to 10 laps, the inter tire, but people out here doing laps starting to get a dry line going, I'm assuming. That way they can go on the drives quicker.
Cookie goes P7. And the Red Bull, we're trying to see what he can do for the rest of this time. As Heatwave now round the last corner. Let's see what Heatwave can do in the AlphaTauri. The AlphaTauri driver comes up to the line in a matter of moments. And he will go in second. Does Heatwave. He goes P2 behind the Alfa Romeo, the championship leader. Soup goes for another time to lap. As we see Raptors kind of come in the pit lane. Axe goes into P2.
Yes, definitely all the top guys have one lap, which is good. Their X has 3, Heatwave has 2, same with Stinner, he has 2 as well. Everybody, majority of the grid has 2 laps on the tires, as Miniko, Gibbs, and Hoop have a new set of intermediates on, trying to get their lap in. But as Miniko and Roscoe, still the only 2 drivers who hasn't set a lap time yet, as I do not know how much time is left in qualifying, because I just see a constant yellow sector 1, so.
Yes, as we watch Cam here in the Williams, who's not on the best of laps here right now. Hoop's on a decent time right now. We'll keep an eye on the Williams. And yeah, Roscoe not haven't come out yet. Must he's just taking his time. Now for here, trying to see if he can get a great lap time and trying to see if he can get Alfa Romeo with 5.9921.
Yeah, definitely. The Alfa Romeo driver is the time to be, as no one really has gotten close to that 35.9. Closest is a 36.6, which is 7/10. Coop is going around the final corner, seeing what lap time he can put down. He is half a second up on his time, which would be a 36.5. But coming across the line now, he's at a 36.2.
Oh. That was close, but needs to find a little bit more time in that Williams as we watch Heatwave come into the pit lane. So 7 minutes to go. The rain is easing, but it is still somewhat raining out on track here right now. As Stenner, how did he not get away with a possible ping there of his lap? I don't know how. As Roscoe is out on circuit, he is out on track, he's out on the intermediate tyres, so maybe it is not going to dry up towards the end of the session. As Stenner right now, 0.2 up on his time, and a little bit temps like that can definitely move him up through the field and get into possibly the top 3, maybe even final in this middle sector here right now. And he's actually on a decent time here so far. Stenner looking to see if he can improve here. The Red Bull, that's a big moment there. And he can kiss that lap goodbye.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to improve after that one. But Miniko has no front wing as well, as he actually hamstrings the car. So Miniko is currently struggling right now in intermediate conditions. He's definitely not ready for it to be running at all. But I believe he's going for a second lap. He does have low ERS, as Stenner's in the pit lane, not surprising there. As Raptor is 2 tenths off at his time, as he currently has a 37 flat.
Hoop doesn't improve. So, yeah, Raptor out on circuit in the McLaren. Let's see what the McLaren driver can do. We've got 6 minutes to go. Skipper looking the one to beat. But there's still more chances for everyone else to try to get their lap times in, which is 6 minutes left. It is still raining here on circuit, so it looks like these guys possibly going to be staying on these intermediate tyres for the rest of this session, which will frustrate because they would want to do some dry running, but they're not going to get the chance to around here. So they're going to have to stick with these intermediate tyres and try to absolutely work for it here at the moment with 5 minutes to go. Here comes Raptor around the last corner. Can the McLaren move his way up through some positions here? Crosses the line, and he does improve. He might have lost a little bit in the last sector, but he does go to P5 as Roscoe Arm is out there on circuit. Hoop's out there. Will also, yeah, a few others coming out on their outlaps right now. Let's see if Hoop's up on his middle sector or not. I think he's lifted off. Yes, he has. So we'll watch Roscoe Arm and see what the Australian at the moment.
Yeah, Roscoe around the circuit at the moment. It just seems like he's currently like, okay, qualifying's not going to matter for me. It's going to have to be the race where it counts, which, but like what you said, the weather is definitely letting off, but I don't think it's going to be enough, because if it's going to have to go dry, the rain, it's going to have to stop right now, and it does not look like it's going to do that anytime soon.
It's not going to let off at any time as Roscoe now comes to the line. Last driver move his way up through the fields, and he will be P10 ahead of his teammate here at the moment. So, trying to see who else is about to start things off. Hoop is out there on a lap time right now. Axe is out there. We've got 4 minutes to go here in qualifying for the Saudi Grand Prix. It is Inter's conditions, even though it looks like to me the rain has stopped. The rain has stopped somewhat. It's still lightly drizzling, but the rain has somewhat stopped here in Saudi. So could someone try to be sneaking and get onto a bit of soft tyre or something like that? Raptor goes B3 ahead of his teammate as Skipper's got a plan possibly going on those softs.
I mean, rain is definitely letting off. Francine just said it doesn't look like it's to stop anytime soon. I guess Mother Nature just really wanted to prove me wrong there, as I believe it actually has. It's just on when will the track get dry. As Raptor invalidated his time axis, Heatwave goes top of 35.6, so the track is definitely drying.
Track is definitely drying here at the moment. And DRS enabled. Oh. Now, that could be interesting. Gibbs is out there on the... He's going for the soft tyres. This is going to be an interesting couple of minutes here to see if the guys on the softs can get a good advantage. This kid is coming up to the line. 2 minutes 42 to go. He's going to try to get those softs on as quickly as possible. Like the rest of them are. Boy, it's going to be very tight coming out of the pit lane as Cookie has retired on circuit.
As Mozzie crashes right where Cookie did, so it's getting near that crossover point already, which is surprising to me, but the track does look shiny to me still, so it's still not dry as yet. I think the inners will be barely quicker right now, but if you're going to have to go up there on softs, you may have 2 laps instead of 1.
Heatwave's got no wing, and we've got 2 minutes and 3 seconds to go. They're going to be all rushing. Gibbs is going to be the first one out, but be the last one around here. I should try to out and see if the softs will work out for you, as DRS is enabled here right now, and Gibbs is tiptoeing here at the moment. But everyone now making their way out here at the moment. Stenner's out there. This could be literally anyone for pole here, as Skiffer's out there, Hooper's out there. They're following each other basically, and everyone else joins in behind. We've got a minute 26 to go. The guys that are just making their way out right now, it's going to be tight for them to get to the line. So this is going to be interesting to see how things play out. Gibbs is going to be the first one on a lap here.
I believe whoever the last one is, as long as they can put the lap together. As Cam's around, no front wing. That's his qualifying session over with. But I'm currently on board with the Red Bull driver of Stenner. He isn't even on the throttle in his car, in his rear end's trying to leave him. So it's gonna be basically, you're gonna be tiptoeing your way around here, and it's gonna be very close if you're gonna be able to improve or not. So whoever will be the last one out, I believe, will have the best chance of getting pole here.
It's gonna be who's having the last up there with Gibbs now. Oh man, it's Mozzie. Tires in the pit lane. Look at them. They're all with each other here at the moment, wanting to get to the line as quickly as possible. 30 seconds to go. And oh, this could get ugly here. They're free wide. Hope and Skiff that free wide. I thought I would see that. As Hoop's going to be the first one to start off a lap here. Who's going to get to the line and who's not? Gibbs starts off his time. Roscoe, I wish yellow sectors, and Roscoe's actually made a mistake. I feel that the only ones who've got to the line to do a lap is Gibbs, Hoop.
And this Gibbs is the last one out, so he has the best chance for pole here. I'm very surprised that none of these guys decided to hurry up. They all slowed up for each other, let each other through, and eventually it only paid off for 3 drivers. Is looking at Hoop right now. He's tiptoeing around. He's barely on the throttle in that section, as he's a second and a half up. So it definitely is dry. Skither is, I wasn't able to see Skither's lap sector 1, but Gibbs is 2 seconds up on his lap time. So it's definitely going to be very close here for pole.
Yeah, this is going to be a battle to the line. Who is going to possibly get pole position? Hoop looking, Skiffer looking. Gibbs could even get a good starting position here as well. Heatwave is the one on top. And now, can he be beaten? I'm sure he will. We'll see how things play out. Hoop now. He's going to be the first one. This corner. Can Hoop tackle, topple? Heatwave's time. and he should easily. Hoop goes pole. Does Skipper beat it? Yes, he does beat. Where can Gibbs go? He goes P3. So it's pole position for Skipper in a session that was full of... That's what this session was full of. Just full of her. So it's Skipper on top. Hoop, Gibbs, Heatwave, and Supply Raptor. That is 5.
Definitely. I think the 3 winners, it's pretty obvious who the winners are in this qualifying session. Skither, Hoop, and Gibbs deciding not to slow up for anybody to get ahead, willing to take that risk of, I'm going to put a lap down, at least at the minimum, start the top 5, and they start within the top 3, since they're the only 3 drivers set a lap time in the dry conditions.
Yeah, it was... session and it died out right at the end, and possibly the worst time for some, but not the best, but the best time for some. So we'll see how that will play out with the grid. Heatwave doing was, well, the best on the intermediate tyres. So around here, it's, well, in the dry race around here, its strategy is, well, quite a clear cut. We'll see how that all plays out here in the rest of this race. And who can possibly take it here at the moment. So, we'll have a look and see what everyone does. I'm expecting to see some mediums, even though last week I saw a lot of hard tyres and I got surprised. And Hoop goes on the hard tyres. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out here in this one. Well, Sak, I'm going to ask you, do you think will win this race?
I think it's going to be the driver that will be able to go back-to-back. I think it will be Skither taking the win in this race. But I believe I'm just going to do podiums because why not? I think P2, I think it will be Axf 1. I think Axf does to do it. And then we have P3. I think I'm just willing to take a minute. I've always been that driver to keep his nose clean no matter what type of race it is. And I'm expecting him to be up towards the front. But who knows, in Saudi Arabia, anybody could take home the win.
Roscoe on the soft tyres. My God, that's brave. As, well, we've got no formation lap. We're about to get underway here for the Saudi Grand Prix, and we're racing. It's a good start from Skipper. Hoop down in P2. You got for the move here on Hoopalicious. Can't get the move done. As Skipper, your race leader, pulls away nicely.
Yeah, definitely is. Oh, there's a spin.
That's big.
I think that's Gibbs. I'm sure Mozzie, does Mozzie have damage from it as well? I couldn't tell. Axe has no front wing, so definitely a big crash. It's actually both McLarens don't have a front wing.
It's like 2021 of the Grand Prix. Something happened, someone around, and there's just wing damage come through the field. He's on the soft tyres. Oh my goodness me. Skipper, your race leader, not at the moment. Sten, of course, on those mediums compared to everyone else who's on the hards.
Yes, and everybody's on the hards all the way down the Roscoe, but like you said, is all over the rear gearbox of the Ferrari of Minico. I believe Roscoe has to get around Minico right now. He's trying to look for a move, but Minico is able to defend it. Roscoe decides to stay behind him, deciding to pass him on the straight, as he does not get a good exit at all compared to the Ferrari, and I think that's going to hold Roscoe back a little bit longer.
Yeah, Roscoe just trying to gain some time earlier on the race, going for the soft tyre route, and he goes around the outside of Minico. Can he hold it done? No, he cannot. He almost dipped himself into the wall there, and he's going to move now here on Minico. Can he get it done? Yeah, he does, and pit stops now for Axe. The McLarens are both in, they'll have to double stack. Meanwhile, he's on the could be on 45 as well. But there's your top 3 all near here right now.
Yeah, definitely is Roscoe a bit of oversteer in the section, which allowed Minico to go for an oversteer. He decided not to, but now the battle between Minico and Roscoe at the moment is Roscoe needs to pull away and get up the cam, but we all know about trying to pass. It's going to be basically mission impossible to pass that man as the top 5 is starting to string out a little bit.
gonna move out away from Cam, who's in P6 here so far. You got Roscoe, who's gonna try to close up on Cam. You got Mozzie all by himself. Mozzie and Gibbs were another ones who were involved in that early incident as well. So lap 2 of 25. You got Hoop there in P2. You got Stenner there haunting behind these two at the moment, trying to see if he can use those medium tyres to his advantage, as the DRS is now enabled. Skipper, your fastest lap so far, 32.595. That's very close between this top two so far, as we see Miniko, who's still close on Roscoe. Well, you will use him as a DRS here at the moment. So, interesting to see here. I feel like we're going to see last week here again, but it's your DRS. It's bound for passing. And I think we could see it here tonight as Cookie gets the first penalty of the night.
Roscoe has a bit of oversteer in the S section once again, but here comes Miniko down the inside of turn 13, I believe, the banked corner, as Gibbs gets a 3-second time penalty. His time penalty starting back up as Miniko goes down Roscoe for through. So I don't think Miniko did not need the DRS assistance there, as Roscoe's probably going to use him as the DRS pick.
Yeah, Roscoe will probably use it back on him. And we'll see what Ross can do. He looks... Oh, he tried to look for it, but he couldn't get it done. As the Ferrari will try to hold the Haas off if he possibly can. It's not going to be easy. As we'll watch Roscoe now looking for the move. Once again, he'll try to look for it on Miniko. Can't get it done. So, meanwhile,
while you're speaking about this, at the front, there's a yellow flag.
Oh.
That is Roscoe, actually.
Oh. And that...
It's a safety car.
Is a safety car, I do believe, yeah. Our first safety car of the night. Don't know what's happened there with what happened to Roscoe there. As Hoop was closing in on Skipper, but the safety car has now come out here on lap 4 of 25. The first one of the night. Wow.
Yeah, while you're talking about that battle between Miniko and Roscoe there, it seemed like Hoop tried to get DRS with Skither. They almost went will to will, but Hoop decided to get that DRS cost him, and he could be leading the Grand Prix right now, but he decided to try and pass him on the front straight, but safety car came out right as soon as he had that chance to overtake him.
So Roscoe, your first CNF of the night. And it's our first safety car of the night. I don't expect pit stops here, because, well, you may see it from Stenner and Cookie, but I don't think you will. Here in this one, lap 4 of 25. I don't think it's too early in the Grand Prix, but they could prove me wrong. We'll see here in this one so far. And it allows the McLarens to close back up in this field as well. They're down in 10th and 11th. And I'll help them out, especially for Ags. As we'll see if anyone takes a stop here. But I doubt they will after the DNF of Roscoe. Don't know what happened there. Roscoe maybe came out of the corner. And I said that those two may come in. And they are, the two teammates, so the Red Bulls will double stack here. Hards on.
We saw in Tier 3 last night with Garrett, the safety car came out in lap 4, same lap 1, and he pitted for Hards, and he made it all the way through the rest of the race. So the Hards can make it the rest of the Grand Prix. We saw Gary last night, he spun out with 3 laps remaining. Could we see a repeat of this happen with Stenner or Cookie, or perhaps the rest of Gibbs, Axe, and Supply if they decide to pit?
We'll just see how things go as Gibbs comes into the lane. He will pop on, probably most likely, a set of hard tyres. He can't pop on another set of mediums because you can't do that this game. Well, he's actually got wing damage, so there we go. So, might have been a bit of light wing damage, and he decided to put those hard tyres back on, which he started the Grand Prix with. And he may say hello to those mediums later on, possibly. As Raptor, same thing.
As now we're just waiting for everybody to catch up. I apologize there for cutting you off. That's my bad, but It seems like all these drivers, same like on hards, they do need to pit to satisfy that tire roll, but still, Axe, Gibbs, and Raptor don't need to do that unless Axe let it on hards. I'll go check that real quick while you can go ahead and say what you were going to say.
I was going to ask you is how you feeling for when we're after this we've of course got T2 everybody. How you feeling?
I'm feeling very nervous. I just I keep my head cool. Doing this makes me feel less nervous, so I don't know.
Well,
Gotta cherish it before it happens.
T2 last week was still some bit of chaos, and we could see it here tonight. Lucky for T2, join us after that. It will be Echo and Redeem in the commentary box as we will go possibly another lap by, and we'll get going on lap 6 of 25 with 20 laps to go in the Grand Prix. And Heatwave is ahead of Hoop.
Yeah, but the same Heatwave hit Hoop with the glitch in this game, like in any game where if you pass him on the entry corner, you get the position.
Possibly.
As Heatwave,
he let Hoop by.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's let Hoop go by, so there we go. So yeah, possibly that's probably what happened. But yeah, it's awkward one there, but they sort things out here at the moment. So the battle will resume here with Skiffer and Hoop. Will be 20 to go here in this Grand Prix. Will be 19 to go once we cross the line here in Jeddah. It is clear skies. The drivers will be thankful for that. And it's going to be interesting to see how things play out here, where the Red Bulls are going to be playing a factor into this. We'll see how things play out. As Roscoe said, he was hoping for an early safety car, but he was the early safety car. Oh dear. So, we're about to get restarted here. Skiffer is the top of the pops here right now. He's all over that safety car at the moment, all over that Aston Martin safety car, all over it. And sorry, the Mercedes safety car. My apologies. As we should get back underway here for a restart. We should get back underway here for a restart.
We're not?
We're not? Okay, that's awkward. Everyone's caught up. Alright, we're gonna go for another lap on the safety car then.
I forgot his name, but whoever's on the safety car, I think he just wants to drive around one more time. With that being said, Mitchie, may I ask you if you do a commentary lap with the safety car?
No.
Oh man.
I wish you could go on board with the safety car. That would be I wish you could. That should be an option they bring in the game. Like in iRacing when you can go on board with the safety car. You should do that here. Here in F1, the Cody's.
I don't think Skipper is very happy with the safety car.
He's haunting it, trying to say, well, hurry up. He's getting a bit impatient, as am I. And I don't know if you can actually hit the safety car in this game, since I've tried it before.
I think you do know. I think you know.
I think I know, yes. As the two Red Bulls... Okay. They changed, but they've gone back together. And, yes, that great Grand Prix that we cannot mention anymore.
The Russian Grand Prix mentioned that for
get the big button out. Oh, no, he can't say that.
Oh, no, they're being censored.
I secretly didn't mind that track, but anyway, people can have a go at me. I secretly did not mind that track, but okay, we'll move on from there. But there's people that like this track, so hey, we all have our different opinions. So, okay, it's in. Oh, Ah, I got nervous there. I thought the safety car was not going to come in this lap. I thought we had a glitch or something. Oh dear. So we're about to get back underway here for this restart. Hoop will be trying to see if he can get the jump here on Skipper. Apologies for the glitch of this on my end, everybody. But we're about to get things underway here for a restart on lap 8 of 25 here in this Grand Prix. There they are. And Skipper gets things underway for this restart.
I don't think Coop's tires are warmed up as Cam is all over heat wave going wheel to wheel before he can start finish line. He can't do that. He has to let the position, has to give heat wave the position, but still gets ahead of Mozzie. Same with Cookie, as Cookie's going to go on a dive on his teammate in the turn.
Oh!
As a contact.
There was contact. There was contact. Slight contact. Here comes Axe. He's through on Mozzie. Raptors trying to get himself through the field. And you got Gibbs there in P11. So the back of the pack.
Oh, Raptor going for a move on Mozzie. Wow. Absolutely pure bravery from the McLaren there. He gets the position done. Now allows it Gibbs to get past Mozzie and Alfa Romeo. Kudos to Raptor and the McLaren.
That was a great move. Yeah, a superb move. And gets the job done. Axe is actually in AI, interestingly. So the Red Bulls now, they got close, but now they steady between each other. As we got Maniko now, who's up in the P5 here in this Grand Prix. Cam in P4, looking to see what he can do throughout the field. As the top two back with under a second of each other. So we could see that battle that we almost saw before that safety car came out.
Yeah, I'm liking my Minico prediction. He's currently in P5. He's actually gained. Oh, let me see. I can find it. He has gained 7 positions from the start. If you remember, he started last. He's currently P5, and he's currently within touching distance of the leaders as the Red Bulls are going at it once again.
Cookie defends. He doesn't want Sten to go for it. Sten is punch him out of the way. Oh, it's warfare between these two here at the moment. Oh my God, as Cookie, oh my goodness me, and this is worse than Verstappen and Ricciardo from back in the day. This is even worse. This is getting to Vettel weapon days between the contact between each other. And Stenner now is through on Cookie, but I don't think that battle is over just yet.
He gets that 5-second. FA didn't like that one.
So he must have he must have passed him off track, or the game said no, we're not going to agree to that pass. And wow, what else can you say after that one? The two McLarens see each other here at the moment as well. Raptors trying to close up here at the moment, so lots happening.
Yeah, definitely. I cannot wait for DRS to be activated, as well as the McLarens as well are about to go battle, but I don't think it's going to be as intense between the Red Bulls because these two drivers keep their head cool at all times. It's something I do know, so I believe Axe will just let Raptor through when he has DRS, but I may be wrong, but who knows. But Hoop is gaining on Skither, and he's within the DRS distance. His DRS will be activated this time by.
And he did the fastest lap as well, so there you go. Well, the Red Bulls have a bit of a ding-dong battle here at the moment. They could, and it could get ugly between the two, as the McLarens won't see too much ugliness, as you said, between the McLarens here. Axe and Raptor respect each other, so they will be A-OK. Cookie and Stenner will keep an eye on that, but we'll also keep an eye on the battle for the lead. Hoop is close to the back of Skipper, trying to see if he can challenge for this lead. He needs that DRS to help him out here at the moment, as we also see Raptor. Gibbs not too far behind either. Gibbs in P10, looking to see what he can do as well. He's just in the points. These guys, of course, there's some penalties up and down the field here so far, and let's see if Raptor tries to look for it here on Axis. He's very close to possibly looking for a move. Let's see. As well, Axe has left the session anyway, so he will make the move.
Axe couldn't handle the pressure as Xbox exploded.
Or maybe maybe he just didn't want to let him by and he just decided to let him through. Yes, Chandler, LMFAO, I agree. That is quite funny. But we're coming at lap 11 now, this Grand Prix. Hoop, right there, closing in here on Skipper. Hoop now, 31.893. And this battle will start to ramp up here shortly between these two, as Axe has not gotten the car yet. That next gen console trying to help him out, and he's back in.
Red Bull's going at it once again.
Oh no.
Cookie, Stinner fell for Cookie's bait, but Cookie couldn't get the exit that he wanted to go will to will there. But definitely, Stinner is definitely feeling the heat from the other Red Bull.
Yeah, Stinner's feeling the pressure from his teammate Cookie, wanting to get past Stenner as best as he possibly can, trying to find a pass, any possible chance he can get. But it's not going to be easy. Maniko's closing up on Cam as well. He's under a second. The gap between the top two is steady, so it's going to really depend on Skipper if he makes a mistake for Hoop to get the opportunity. As Cookie, did not take the right line there. Anyway, it's lap 11 of 25.
Cookie was just doing a little bit of hot lap there, don't worry.
Well, there is one part of the track where if you
just... Stenner's around!
Stenner's...
And he's in the wall! No front wing for the Red Bull driver!
Well, that's what Cookie wanted. And, yes, that's crazy to say when they're teammates, but now Stenner's got damage. Oh, dear. And Cookie now gets that P6 he wanted, and the pressure was just too much. And Stenner will have to come into the lane and get another set of tyres on for the Red Bull. Very easy to do there, that part of the track, and, well, it happened.
Yeah, definitely, I believe some wing damage is going to happen if it was contact or just simple mistakes, but that battle looked very, very intense there. Stinner's actually decided to retire. Bit of a questionable decision to me, but one to their own preference. But one battle is gone. We have another battle between the Ferrari Minico and the Williams of Cam. And if you watch Realistic, you would know why I'm excited. Because we get a part 3.
Yes, indeed. And now we have 10 drivers left. Everyone will score points, so there's no need for someone to retire the pit lane because you'll get points at the end of this race. We're closing in on the halfway point of this Grand Prix. Maniko's closing up here on Cam. Hoop is slightly closing up on Skipper as well. Maniko, though, he's the next one to get the opportunity, and he's going to try to find it as best as he possibly can. DRS, use that battery. They've both got similar battery, the two of them. And can Maniko go for the move? He tries to close... No, he's going to wait behind now for Cam. He's not going to go for it as of yet. Oh, meanwhile, Hoop goes to the lead.
Wow. I apologize for missing that one. I was watching so closely on the Mini-Cam battle that we missed the battle for the lead. I really apologize for that one. But it seems like with the DRS assistance, Hoop has gotten around the Alfa Romeo skidder as Heatwave is in his own little world right now. Just as long as he can keep it as that is Axe around, I don't even know where he is.
I think he's gone too deep into turn 1. I think that's just all he's done. He's just gone too deep, and that's it. That's pretty much what's happened to his race. Yeah, apologies for missing that. I tend to forget that around here, turn 1 is... Coming into turn 1, the front straight is one of your best passing opportunities around here. And Hoop has gotten that done. And now Skipper's going to try to find and see if he can try to challenge Hoop back here on lap 13 of 25 here in this Grand Prix. But Maniko and Cam still close to each other.
Something we do need to remind ourselves is that the top 5 do need to pit right now. So you need a 17-second gap, as that's a yellow flag. That is for Gibbs around. Seems like he got in the water too early. I don't see any damage. But we do need to remind ourselves that the top 5 do need to pit. So our professional leader, as of right now, is Cookie with Raptor P2 and Mozzie P3. Actually, never mind. Mozzie needs to pit as well. So Axe P3.
Hoop is absolutely pulling away. 1.4 seconds to margin.
As
My
Mineko's in the
goodness me,
pit lane.
yeah, Mineko's in the pit lane. And he will now pop on a new set of medium tyres. So he's going to try and see if he can jump Cam here towards the end of this race. That's what he's going to look for here right now. Gibbs, keep going, son. You're on for a point. Keep going. As we watch the front two, 1.2 seconds. Hoop has pulled away.
I just saw that. He got a little bit of oversteer and he tried correcting it, but he hit the wall at the full course safety car, and Mineko just took the biggest L of his racing career. That's how I can put it.
Yeah, safety car is out. Oh man, Axe out of this Grand Prix. Gibbs is, well, that's given Gibbs a lifeline. He now comes out on only a lapped used set of medium tyres. And I suspect now we will see these guys who have not pitted possibly come in on the medium tyres. Surely.
Actually, I do need to bring something up. Axe told me what setup he was using, and he died, so I just sent him a message saying, I'm not using your setup.
And here they come into the pits. And, well, to be honest, I don't blame you. So what they all do, they will all come into the pits and pop on, which will be medium tyres. Yeah, medium tyres on. I don't think anyone's too brave enough to go on the soft tyres from here, since the soft tyres can be the quite deadened tyre in this game. As, yeah, mediums are on. Everyone's going on the medium tyres. Mozzie's in as well. So the top four all on fresh set of mediums here at the moment.
Mineko's in the pit lane. Is he going to go for a set of softs? No, he goes for a front wing change. That is...
Yeah, that's interesting. Front wing change. He goes on the hard tyres. And, question here is, yeah, so Mineko must have got damaged somewhere, so I suspect we'll see Mineko come back in to get those medium tyres back on, since he's only done one lap on them. So I suspect we'll see the Ferrari driver come back into the lane, as Cookie has made a mistake.
I think Cookie spun coming out. That's actually now allowed Raptor to pass him. We do look at time penalties. 3 out of the 9 drivers have 3-second worth of time penalties, so penalties are going to be a factor in this one.
Thank you, Chandler. There you go. Yeah, Mineko did not get his wing changed, and yeah, then the wing change on the next lap. So yeah, there we go. So yeah, time penalties so far. There you go. Raptor on free, Cookie on free, and Gibbs on free as well. So that is your time penalty so far here in this race, as Cookie is... I don't know what's going on with Cookie there. Anyway, we'll have a look at the leaders at the moment. Hoop with 1 warning so far, Skiffer with none, Heatwave with 1, and you got Cam with none. So there you go. So that's your top 4, and how their race is playing out here so far, as we are about to get to 10 laps to go here in this Grand Prix. And it's a fight to the finish now on these medium tyres.
I'm wondering if Mineko will come back in which he does, so that being said, he has a theoretical advantage on those mediums, but he's going to have to basically push this whole lap to catch back up, so I believe that that advantage he has with the less tire wear will be negated, as your house just fell down.
No, my chair just fell down. Right, so
we have... I about to drop my phone.
10 to go here in this Grand Prix. We'll have 9 laps, unless the safety car wants to go around another lap around here, which, as I said before, the safety car around here is a bit questionable. We'll have 9 to go, a 9-lap dash to the finish. to decide who's going to win this race in what has been which has been an interesting one. And
do we
yes,
want to question what Cookie's doing or just ignore it?
I have no idea what he's doing, and I don't even know what he's doing, so I don't even want to know what he's doing. Either way, and Miniko's questioning it at the moment in the T1 chat so far, and yeah, Miniko did have damage, pitted. They didn't change his front wing, and then a safety car, so there you go. So that's why we're in for a wing change, as I don't even know what's going on. Alright, I don't even know what's going on right now. I have no idea. Unless Boss Cookie is trying to hope for the safety car to stay out longer.
I mean, I think it is against the rules, as he's actually gone,
well,
so... Yeah,
well, this was a... I think this is why the penalty first came in. I remember back in Tier 3 many minutes ago when I commentated on that, some drivers used to do that. It was, the eyes were seen by everybody, and I believe that was when a penalty was brought up for it. So I think, yes, Chandler, as well, he comes in. Yeah, so Chandler, as I said, I'm not an admin of BRL. I'm not have anything to do with BRL. I'm just a commentator, but
Cookie has front wing damage.
Change.
So he definitely did that one on purpose.
I will not say any more. And will we report? Well, yeah. Well, I'll tell you this right now. I'd probably even would report it myself.
Yeah, I would.
Either way,
do it too.
Either way, and yes, slam dunk indeed, slam dunk indeed. But to be honest, those softs are gonna last for him for about 4 laps, and then it's just gonna die on him. So, and he does have a penalty, so I don't think much is gonna happen with this race, especially when Chandler has the eyes on here, and we've got shown you here on stream. He's about to get nicked, sunshine. Shout out to that Top Gear reference. Anyway, we're about to get underway here for a restart on lap 18 of 25. And the question is, can Skiffer challenge Hoop here? Oh, I'll hype up the restart in just a second because Gibbs is around. That's an interesting.
I swear that safety car will stay out for one more lap. Thank God.
It won't. So, can Skiffer challenge Hoop here on this restart? Can Heatwave possibly get a podium? Could Cam get a podium? Let's see how it all plays out. Could get a podium? Could Miniko get onto the podium? We'll see how it all plays out here on this restart. It'll be 18 or 25. Hoop waiting to go. Skiffer's all over him, waiting to pounce for the move. Here they go. Restart is a go. And Skiffer now. Oh, Cookie. Oh, this could get dicey here. Could get dicey. It's free wide. It's free wide. As now these guys are all battling out here. These 4 drivers. It could end badly with contact, but no, everyone stays steady for now. As Boss Cookie now P7 here in the Grand Prix. Miniko and Mozzie having moments there between each other so far. But at the front, Skiffer's close here to Hoop. As Miniko gets time penalty.
That's one last position Cookie won't lose on track. But who knows, after Stewards, after this week, he may lose a position from what he did. But Skither is all over that rear gearbox and Felicious. And Heatwave is currently waiting on the wing. Same with Cam, in case these two step over each other, which could very well happen.
Yeah, Skiffer now. Is he going to use that battery to go for the move, or he's going to wait for the time being? This is the battle for the lead. Heatwave not too far behind in this as well. Look out for Heatwave. If he sees an opportunity, he will take it. I'll tell you that right now. As we'll watch Skipper now look for the leads. No, he's going to sit behind and buy his time. Unless he tries to look for it here on the outside. No, he's going to look to the inside. No, he pulls in behind. And Heatwave is right at the back of this as well. Skipper now gets a great exit. Can he get the run? And no, he's going to sit behind him so far. So we could see a very close battle here for the lead. Could be a three-way battle here for the lead. Could be a four-way battle here for the lead. Because now Cam is coming up into this.
As Cookie's getting out of Gibbs, so as long as Cookie can get around right there as Hoops around.
Heatwave's in the lead!
Right as soon as he started, right as soon as I bring up Cookie, Heatwave does some like God's work. It's now Skidder gains one position, but loses another.
If Heatwave wins this race, I will sign back up to BRL full-time. You heard it here first. Oh my god, Heatwave is in the lead. Oh my goodness me, this is unbelievable. Who's now gone back to 4th? Cam's in P3. What is happening?
I have no clue, but Heatwave is probably sweating right now as we do have 7 laps remaining. So Skidder still can win this race, and also Heatwave can still lose it as well. So you just have to keep your head calm. You still have an Alpha Romeo all over you as Heatwave's already going wide. Not listening to me as Skidder's trying to look for a move. And he decides to lift and try and get DRS for the next lap. But with that being said, we have Cam in P3.
Oh my goodness me, if this could get ugly here at the moment. As Heatwave's in the lead, and Heatwave's going to try to win this race as he should with 6 laps to go. Cookie now goes up into P5. How's he going to be a factor into this race? My goodness me, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, Heatwave is streaming right now. So folks, if you want to go see how he did that, go onto his stream and see what the hell happened and how he did it. Absolutely. My goodness me. As now, Skipper is right on him here right now. And Skipper would be wanting to get by here because, well, who's not behind him right now? Who's back in P4? As Skipper's right into this right now, trying to find a possible pass for this one. As Hoop is going to try to close up here on his teammate. What a battle we're seeing throughout the field. Everybody all close with each other. Oh man.
Everybody has DRS on each other as Cam and Hoop, the Williams are going at it, but Cam lets Hoop through. Now that's one last position Hoop has to go through in order to win this race. But also, do not forget about Cookie. He still has those fresh softs on him. He can still be a factor.
And Skipper looks for the lead. And it done after, well, after an incredible moment in this race. And he now leads. And this is going to allow Skipper to pull away. So now Hoop, if he wants to be a factor in this race, he needs to try to find his way past Heatwave very soon. Because Skipper could pull away. Unless Heatwave can stick with Skipper here. Be absolute scenes if he could stick with him. As it looks like Moss Cookie had a slight moment coming out of the moment. And yeah, it wasn't caught on stream. We just saw the end of it. We just saw the end of it. I wonder what happened. I wonder if something happened between Hoop and Skipper, or Hoop's had a moment or something. Skipper's possibly got held up, and Heatwave's just come straight on through. That's probably my rough guess on how that happened. So, yeah, Heatwave was streaming. But yes, if Heatwave, of course, if Heatwave can get the podium here, we'll definitely ask him after the race.
Definitely so, but I don't think he's within DRS. No, he's not. Which means Skidder has that advantage over Hoops. Hoops still has to get around Heatwave, but Heatwave is currently using his battery to stay within DRS, and he still couldn't get in it, as he's now running out of VRS to deploy to get back in, as now that gives the upper hand to Hoop, as he's probably going to pass him on the next straight.
Yeah, Hoop's going to look for this here in a matter of moments' time. We've got 4 to go here in the Grand Prix. Here comes Hoop, 4P2, Skipper with 29.528, and Hoop goes by. So now Heatwave has to trying to hold off Cam behind, which is 1.4 behind. Cookie 1.5, but I think those softs have already started to go, and Supply Raptor is starting to close up here on him for P5. There's your penalties
As
for
Miniko's
those guys.
in the
As
wall.
Gibbs. Yeah, Miniko's in the wall. Oh dear.
I think he got a snap of oversteer. I only went to him and I saw him hit the wall left side, so I don't see any damage. But I only took a quick glance at it as I'm currently looking at Cam. Maybe Cam could get a podium here. Could take it from you, Dave.
1.8 the gap. So I think Heatwave can hold on here for this podium, but we'll see. There's still 4 to go. Raptors close it up here on Boss Cookie for a top 5 here in this Grand Prix. So we'll see if Raptor can, well, if Raptor can possibly get up there for this top 5 here right now. And we'll see if he can get this done. He'll get that DRS. Cookie does not have the DRS. He'll try to look for it. He might try to look for it here on the front straight. Raptor, if he can get a good run here for this last corner and go for an absolute hell of a move here right now. As 1.3 between Skiffer and Hoop. We've got 3 to go. Here comes Raptor. Gibbs is in the wall as Raptor looks for the move. He gets it done. Raptor goes up into the top 5 here in this Grand Prix. As, yeah, Gibbs must have had a spin.
Yes, but Hoop has definitely a very, very low downforce setup as he is absolutely flying through the straights. But once this S section comes to play, he loses everything that he gains on Skither. So I think he needs to be within DRS this lap if he wants any chance of winning this Grand Prix.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get there in time. Heatwave is just in DRS of Hoop, so that's going to help him out to get this top 3 here so far. So, wow. Interesting Grand Prix this has been, as Gibbs now has a 3-second time penalty. He is struggling out too, but as Roscoe would say, he would be just wanting his teammate to get the points in the end. 2 points for Haas at the end of this race. 1.3 the margin. Coming up to 2 to go, and Skiffer is holding on for this win, and it's going to be a win that is going to be, well, getting it done absolutely at the right time, especially with, well, Heatwave leading at one point, and now, well, Hoop now still trying to pressure. He's 1.1, but as you said before, Hoop's going to lose that time. He's not going to get that DRS. He's trying to get that DRS with 1% battery, but I think it's going to be tough, especially when Skiffer's got 35% of battery.
Definitely, I think Hoop just needs to really stay from that DRS, which will be very hard considering his low downforce setup, as he's actually flirting with DRS range right now. He needs to have the best X session of his life here, as he's 1.08, 1.1 now. So definitely the high downforce for Skither definitely coming in clutch right now.
Yeah, Skiffer's helping him out. And Hoop's just wanting to get a taste of that DRS for a mistake from Skiffer maybe as well, to seek the opportunity for the move for the lead. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be absolutely tough. It's back to 1.4. So Skiffer's gained the time where he needs to gain the time here right now. So 2 to go. Coming up to the final lap here on this Grand Prix. And this has been, well, that last restart was quite something. Heatwave, unless a mistake or a penalty, he's going to get onto the podium. He's going to get onto the podium. Cam will get the P4. Raptor will get the P5. Mozzie trying to see if he can close up on Miniko for P7. Even though he's going to get Miniko on penalties, he will still try to challenge the Ferrari if he possibly can. As we got 1 to go.
What a climactic Grand Prix this has been. Very entertaining, like I said, would hope in qualifying. But Skither ultimately just got the job done, keeping his head down, especially when he waved past him. Didn't try and pass him back immediately. He's got to sit back and wait until the DRS gets activated. That's what happened for Skither. And Hoop just got around Heatwave a little bit too late. and Skither already pulled a good enough gap for him to get that advantage of having no DRS to worry about. Hoop was very close to getting it, but ultimately his battery ran out, which was his savior.
Well, Hoop 1.9.
Hoop's
Oh no! Oh! Hoop's around! Hoop's around! Oh dear! As Campbell take P3! Unbelievable! Unbelievable! Raptor will try to challenge Hoop here. Oh my goodness me! And Chandler with the nah! Wow, that is... Well, that's a moment. That's a moment. Raptor's going to try to see if he can go for it. Hoop there in P4. As now, meanwhile at the front, Skipper will win here in Saudi. Hoop is going to get by Cam. Just. Oh my goodness me.
It may not be over.
It's a P2.
It's not.
And
Oh,
Cam...
he's pushing him.
No. Campbell
As...
go P4. Hoop P3. Oh my goodness me. So the Williams boys. Well, that was interesting. My goodness me. As, oh my god, there's just cars everywhere. Mozzie P7, Manico P8, and Gibbs will come home in the P9. Well, that was a fascinating one.
But hey, we could see Gibbs go for fastest lap here while we wait on him.
So Skipper gets the win. Heatwave P2 after Hoop spin. My goodness me. That was interesting. And button stop working, says Hoop. We'll get our 2 up 3 in. But my goodness me. That was a interesting one to end this Grand Prix. Mozzie with driver of the day for Alfa Romeo. And I say that's a great driver of the day. But Heatwave, superb job as well in P2. As Skipper does it again here in this Grand Prix with the fastest lap as well. And so I'll invite the top 3 in after, well, an interesting Grand Prix.
Yeah, definitely. I thought Cam had the podium, but he decided to be the best teammate possible and give Hoop the P3. Hey, All-American 1 through 4. Proud of my American boys. I've invited our podium sitters to the party, so you don't need to worry about that one.
Well, that was definitely something here in this Grand Prix. There's your results. Top 9 finishes, 3 DNFs. And that's how it ends. Right, we're just waiting on Heatwave to join us here. As, well, it was a... I don't know what else to say. Anyway, I'll let you, Zach, do our 3rd and 2nd place drivers.
Yeah, definitely. As we started off with the Williams driver, Hoopalicious seemed like in the middle stint there, seemed like you had the race under control. But with the axe spin and DNF, it seems like everything seemed to unravel up there. You had the chance of holding off for the win, but you had a little bit of oversteer. Just talk us through what happened there and really what costed you a good finish, and also the spin that cost you P2.
Well, yeah, with that axe safety car, I was a little pissed at the time because I actually broke out of DRS, but it was actually a blessing in disguise because during the safety car, my buttons stopped working and I had to reset my wheel. And then on the restart, I think, a few laps out, at the exit of the first chicane, the buttons stopped working again, and it almost looked like I brake tested Skid. So I'm sorry if I actually gave him damage or anything, but yeah, it was a little unfortunate with how my wheel was working like this. It hasn't even done this at all today until this race, which is weird. It's happened in the past, but it's just weird with this wheel that I have. It's happened so many times, but yeah, I had the pace, but didn't work out in the end.
Yeah, definitely. See if I got the pace to win. But next week, we will go to Australia. How are you feeling there? And also considering that you're carrying 15 points with Australia, trying to carry that momentum over, how will you feel for next week?
I don't know. I don't know. I have no thoughts about Australia, but yeah, hopefully I can have a good, strong result there. I already expect Skither to be good there, so it'll be hard to beat him.
There's good everywhere, but
Yeah.
but Mitch, do you have any additional comments, thoughts to Hoop?
No. No.
But now we move on to P2, the Heat Wave. Congratulations, Hoopalicious under P3. But we move on to Heat Wave in P2. The interview we've all waited for. It seemed like Heat Wave, it didn't look like you're de facto sit in your own little world, but like what happened, you got the other end of the spectrum compared to Hoop with that safety car. Seems like you're going to be P4 with the safety car. You were even leading at one point. Just what happened there in your own eyes with that incident between Skither and Hoop, which got you the lead for a little bit. It led to a lap. I was proud of you. You said I raced you before, but just really just walk us through there, your whole race, really.
Yeah, had a decent qualifying position, but yeah, my pace wasn't there compared to Hoop and Skizzer. They were just flying. I even like dumping, I couldn't keep up, so they were just faster. I got lucky with the safety cars because of the pit stop and being able to catch back up. Yeah, I didn't have the pace to win, but podium's still good, so yeah.
Yeah, definitely so. But like what I asked Hoop as well, moving to Australia, you do have a little bit of momentum on your back there, 18 points. Moving on to Australia, are you like with Hoop there, like you're not worrying about it until when the time comes? Just really, just how's your pace there and how you think you're going to do there next week?
Yeah, my pace at Australia isn't horrible. It's not like Bahrain, so would try to get for like a P5 and up maybe, but yeah, I'm not gonna know until it actually happens.
Yes, indeed. Well done, Aoife on the P2. If you won, I would have came back full time, but either way, you've won P2. Well done. We'll move on to our race winner, Skipper. Talk us through that one. It was early on. It was with you and Hoop. And then that second restart, it's got a bit dicey here and there, but managed to get the win in the end.
Yeah, I did. It was unlucky with that first safety car because I just tried to let Hoop pass, and then I wanted to just sit behind him for a little bit, but the safety car just instantly came out, so that was really unlucky. But yeah, on that second safety car restart, when Hoop's wheel disconnected, I thought I knew it wasn't a brake check because just the way it happened. So I mean, I'm not too upset about it because it didn't really affect too much in the end. But yeah, the end there I was just pushing to try and keep him out of my DRS because I knew he had some insane straight line speed. But yeah, it was a good race.
Well, next week is Australia in Albert Park. How are your thoughts on that circuit?
No thoughts, but I'll wait for when it comes around and I'll see.
Okay, everyone really doesn't have any thoughts about Australia. Anyway, congrats
We
on the
love
win.
it.
Because
We
of the
love it.
streaming, Mitch.
We love you too, Mitchie.
I'd
We
rather
love your country.
I'd rather Adelaide, to be honest.
You're lying
Screw
to
Melbourne. I'd rather screw Melbourne. Anyway, thank you to our top three. Zach, it was a pleasure. Join us next week for the Australian Grand Prix, which surprisingly I will not be here for my home Grand Prix. Will join us then here and join us in about 30 minutes time for Tier 2. But till then, it's